Every New Year's Eve, there's this kind of sadness that comes because that's when he died. Around that first of the year time, it's like, yeah, yep.
How did you learn of him here, passing?
It was a Sunday morning. I was sitting on the steps. I had on white drawers and a white t-shirt. Grandma got us those for Christmas. They were new. I was sitting there on the steps. Down in the living room, there was a radio. Back in those days, you listened to the radio. And specifically on Sunday mornings, there was a man named Eddie Saunders who was on the radio. And he would play gospel music. Black community listened to him religiously. So he was playing songs, and then he announced that, so sorry to announce the passing of Arthur Dennis. My Aunt Leopa, how about that for a name? Aunt Leopa, that was her name. Woodfork. She was at the house. I remember her screaming, Sister Marcia screaming. People were crying. I was sitting there on the steps, as I described earlier. They were just really crying, really bad. So I remember walking upstairs, sitting in the bed, going in the bedroom, sitting on the bed by myself. And then I do remember this too, it's so crazy. When we went to the wake, I remember sitting like on that front row, off to the side. I just kept looking at his body in the casket. Like, I was 7, so I'm like, is he about to get up? That whole thing. He didn't. Yeah.
I knew the nurturing was different because I remember, and I always tell this too, I remember when I was maybe 4th, 5th grade, and they would give you those papers and they would have your folder on your desk. No one never picked up my folder. That's when I knew something was wrong. My folder would always be there the next day when I would come back from the parents' teacher. Nobody never came to pick up my folder. And I didn't, but I kind of knew then, something was different.
So that was a pain point that you like, oh, this feels different, and it felt how? Do you remember how?
It felt abandoned. It felt something was wrong.
And do you know what you did with that then?
I don't know. I remember that. And I don't know why, but I always remember that. And I tell that story when I'm speaking. But I know that was. It's like nobody really was paying attention to me. I kind of felt like that. If I identify with it now, but I don't know. Always made excuses. You know what I mean? Well, they were busy, but nobody never picked up my folder. So I don't remember. Then I moved with my aunt, and I think she would go to the parent-teachers conference at one time. But I don't know why that stuck with me. I moved a lot. I went to 8 elementary schools. Who goes to 8 elementary schools? And like I said, I don't look at this stuff in a negative all the time. I just look at it as a part of my process. You know what I mean? There was never no stability. And I think that led into the way I was raised and doing certain things and allowed to do certain things that I probably shouldn't experience at such a young age. But it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to, to watch my son with his kids and to be present and to be able to have the patience of Job. He has a whole lot more patience than me. And to watch him, but it's good and it's healthy. You know what I mean? And I applaud it. It's different. You know what I'm saying? When we did it, something, we got a whooping. You know what I mean? And I think that's probably, I don't see like my kids and my grandkids, I can't see them being, you know what I mean, punished in that way. But at the time we was coming up, you know what I mean? It was a norm, but that's where we stuffed everything. We didn't express our feelings. We weren't allowed to. It wasn't the norm. with it, and that ways, I think in a lot of ways, it made us unhealthy. You know what I mean? Because it's better when you can express it, and you have an open forum to do it. You know, if it's open for you to do it, then you feel safe doing it. But if you don't, if you think you're going to get in trouble, why are you going to tell? How you tell how you feel? You're not going to tell. You're going to stuff it.